Love letters. Love letters to Kellie.
You can write her at loveletterstokellie.com if you wanna, throw it out there. And there's also a podcast. Dear Kellie, you are the love expert.
I am.
I recently just got out of a fairly long and serious relationship. We met in college, so or should I say, never really got to experience dating other people. Needless to say, I found out she was cheating on me for the last 3 months of our relationship.
Ouch.
Fast forward to current day, and I am having trouble trusting anyone, including family, friends that I've known for years, even people trying to form a new relationship with me. I know these people are trustworthy, but being cheated on has just really messed me up. Any advice from the great and almighty Raspberry? I've been listening to you guys for 10 years, and I would listen to you every day on the way to high school, every single day, just to have my breakfast in peace with my radio friends all the way in Texas. That's Riley.
Riley. Well, listen, it takes a minute. I mean, you've been betrayed and it hurts, and that was probably your first true heartbreak. So it takes a little bit of time. But you have to really be careful not to paint everybody with the same brush, because how can you ever? I mean, you've got to risk it. You've got to risk letting your heart get broken again, because if you're so sheltered and you protect your heart so much, you'll never experience those highs again. So, I mean, it does take time. How long did he say that just happened? Just like
recently. It didn't say when, but recently.
Yeah, so you need to give yourself a break. But, you're admitting to yourself you have perfectly trustworthy people in your circle. So just keep reminding yourself of that. Surround yourself with positive people who have proven themselves to you over the years. But don't let one person betraying you ruin everything moving forward. And I don't know that there's some magic formula that can make you get to that point where one day you're like, oh, I'm ready to try again. But I promise you, somebody's going to come along and be like,
You will.
You're pretty cute. And you want to, it's just, it'll happen. But you just got to be careful not to, now that you've been burned, that every time that person, doesn't call you back right away, oh, they must be cheating on me. That's not fair, because then that relationship's doomed.
Yeah.
And you might need to have a couple of doomed relationships.
Because it's going to happen. I mean, it's normal.
It's like after I got divorced, my very first date, all I did was sit there and talk about my divorce, and you can't help it. And it took a few times to get over that. So you're probably going to have to take a couple of bad experiences to get over it, till you get back to the place where you can trust again.
You'll knock the rust off is what you'll be doing.
Yeah.
There you go.
Love letters. Love letters to Kellie.
Dear Kellie, you are the love expert.
I am.
Hope Riley was listening to that, and I hope Riley is not listening to this.
Uh-oh.
I have never believed in love at first sight, and definitely not soulmates. Then I met Derek.
Of course.
What's up, Derek?
We were just friends, colleagues, actually, for over a year. We talked about everything. Things got flirty and even eventually turned physical. We've never had a reason to hold back or hide anything from each other, and the connection is overwhelming and unreal. It's like nothing I've ever experienced before. The problem is, I'm married.
Oh, no.
We have been in a secret relationship for almost 3 years, and while I gave up hiding my feelings long ago, he managed to keep his walls up because we both knew there was no real future. Now he's ready to move on, and I'm heartbroken.
Well,
how do I heal this broken heart and move on too? He wants us to still be friends, but I don't know if I can do that. If it just hurts too much knowing he's with someone else. But I also know that when they split, he'll come running back to me, and I'm weak.
And you'll take him.
He's the one. What do I do? That's from Anna.
He's not your soulmate. He's your lust mate.
Oh.
And people want things so badly. We talk ourselves into this whole idea of soulmates. You can choose a new soulmate, and that soulmate I would like to think is your husband.
Right.
You're lucky if you got away with it for 3 years. You're real lucky. Or he might know and just be like, I don't even care. I don't know what your state of your marriage is in. But the fact that you're already admitting if he comes back, that means you're willing to be used. Now, I get it that he makes you feel good, and, that's awesome. I want everybody to feel good. I do. I want everybody to feel good. But not at the expense of
marriage?
At your soul.
Yeah.
You're thinking this is your soulmate? Come on.
You won't break my soul.
Just because, that whole sexual
broken,
stuff,
Kellie.
that fades over time. And if that's the whole focus of your relationship, and when that goes away, then you're like, well, he just got tired of you. You know, this guy you've been running around with got tired of you. Now he's found a woman he really wants to put down roots with. But I'll be friends. He's saying he wants to be friends with you, so you don't screw this up for him, because he's afraid you're going to turn into a crazy psycho that's going to start calling his woman and saying, "Oh, he was mine first," and he's afraid you're going to go nuts.
Yeah.
So he's trying to keep you calm as he transitions out of this 3-year relationship where you allowed yourself a willing participant to be used. So that was the soulmate you chose. So either work on your marriage or get out of your marriage. But don't be thinking this was your soulmate that got away.
D-Money's moving on.
Yeah, he's done.
Love letters. Love letters to Kellie.
Dear Kellie, you are the love expert.
I am.
My husband and I have been together for about 13 years and married for 10. Our relationship has always been rocky, and we go back and forth all the time. We finally agreed to separate after trying for years to work things out. But we have 2 younger children who are 10 and 11. Kellie, what is the easiest way to communicate to our kids that we will no longer be living together as a family? Do we tell them the truth, or do we make up a white lie to ease the situation? And that's from Lisa.
Well, I mean, you just, you do it with love, and I think it would be great if y'all did it together. And just, I think a lot of times kids, for whatever reason, they put the blame on themselves. Like, if I could have been a better kid, especially because these kids are older, maybe if I behave better or whatever. So I think just the two of you need to sit down with them together,
if possible, yeah.
And then also say, if you have any questions, you can ask, and let that be open. And sometimes they might be embarrassed to ask certain questions in front of dad. Sometimes they might be embarrassed to ask certain questions in front of mom. But you just let them know there is no question that would make you mad or upset you. But that's really all you can do. And just say, your dad and I are going through a really rough spot right now. We just, we haven't been getting along. And
But don't bash the other person.
yeah, don't.
No.
But do this in front of each other, in front of the kids. We just have been fighting a lot lately, so we're just taking a break. And that doesn't mean that we don't love you. That doesn't mean, it's just that we just need some time to figure it out.
Yeah.
And hopefully y'all will figure it out. That's a lot of history there.
But you can give them the silver lining. They got 2 Christmases to look forward to.
Wow.
Don't say
I don't think
that.
the kids want to hear that
But
yet.
but whatever you say, decide what you're going to say going into it, and
Going united.
and be very loving as you can be. Hopefully it is amicable.
Hopefully.
Yeah. And stay
tough.
friends, or in
Try
front of the
to.
kids.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
try to.
It's tough.
It is tough. And they will cry.
And I've never had to have that conversation because, McKellie was a little baby,
Little.
so I didn't have to have that. But when she got to be 4 or 5 years old, she was really upset because she wanted her parents to be together.
Yeah.
And, she wanted to see our wedding video. That was a disaster. Sobbing.
Aww.
'Cause
Poor
she'd never seen us
McKellie.
that way.
Yeah.
But, now she's,
You got this.
we've all moved on, and
Yeah.
she's a teenager now. But, kids want their parents to be together. That's just the way it is.
It sounds like they're going about it the adult way, too, which is
Yeah.
the most important thing. If you want to write our love expert, Kellie Raspberry, you can do so. Love letters to Kellie.